The human personality is composed of many different facets and influences: mental, emotional, social, physical, volitional, and spiritual. On my website, you can find information about the brain and addiction and how this disease disables our will or our volition. The physical effects of addiction are clear to anyone, and the mental and emotional and social impacts are also very evident. But what about the spirit? This is a slippery and sometimes controversial topic. It's hard to pin down. But most of us know deep down that there's something eternal about every human being. We don't take that out and look at it seriously very often, but it's there. And in this section, I want to talk to you about that. I want to take it out and look at it. People of faith, and that is most everyone to some degree, often encounter a special challenge in dealing with addiction. Namely, how could he become an addict? She goes to church every week, so how could she have a problem? The idea that faith should protect you from all harm is frankly silly if it weren't so dangerous. People of faith get sick, they have accidents, they lose relationships, they die, and they get addicted. Faith is no insurance policy protecting us from all of life. When a person of faith becomes an addict, they often face a unique obstacle to getting well. In the very place and among the very people where they should find the deepest grace, they sometimes find the most vicious stigma. But this stigma is not always from the outside. Many times people of faith face a special shame from within, wrongly believing that if they had just been faithful enough, they would not have a drinking or drug problem. Alcohol and drugs drain the spirit and leave us dry as dust and deaf to the joys of the world. Addiction silences the eternal music of the spheres. At the core of every addiction is a spiritual void. What I want you to consider now is that recovery is the way to hear again the music of the spheres. The clamors in the head of an alcoholic do not come from a good and loving God. Recovery quiets the mind and it re-engages the soul. The universal spiritual challenge for the addict and the non-addict can be summed up in this way. The world we live in shouts, and the ego within our heads screams, but God whispers. And we all struggle to be quiet enough to listen. I assure you, the spirit in your loved one longs to be free. An intervention is the way to help that happen. So call me. Let's talk. It's time for you to get well.